Thank God Pinterest exists because I don't think I would have came up with this on my own. This is a Bahn Mi meatball and it sounded so good the minute I saw it. So I began with 1 pound ground pork, an egg, some breadcrumbs, and then seasoned it with salt and pepper, and then carefully mixed the meatballs not to overwork it. I love anything in a meatball form. I mean, sign me up. I feel like all my favorite dishes tend to become meatballs because it's so much easier to cook. Chefy tip, roll some oil on your hands before portioning out your meatballs. That way the meat won't stick to your hands. And also I love using a portioning spoon. That way all my meatballs can be the same size and they're gonna cook evenly. This is about the time when I really get into like a decent podcast or a good book. I love to listen to it while I'm portioning out meatballs or doing, long labored items when cooking. It's a great distraction and also a great way to get through a good book. So now we're gonna make the sauce, which is really simple. I did some sweet chili sauce, I added some teriyaki sauce, and then I did some fish sauce, and that's literally it. So much sweetness and that umami and the soy. You're gonna love this recipe. Okay, now we're gonna get our pan hot. I cooked off my meatballs at about medium temperature. Be sure to do a layer of oil before you're adding the meatballs on there, and then I just cooked them off until they were golden brown and then gave them a flip, and I did that all the way around all these meatballs. This definitely takes a while, but it's so worth it. You definitely want to get that nice crust on it. And then once they're cooked through, I added that sauce right over the top, gave these meatballs a good flip so they're all evenly coated in that sauce, and I covered the pan so that way it could reduce down and caramelize a little bit. And that is pretty much it. Don't these look so good? Oh my God, I wish you could smell this right now. Okay, so not to brag, but I have a garden that is literally overflowing right now with cilantro. So I thought this would be a great way to grab some fresh cilantro, show off the garden, and use the herbs that I have because they're just gonna go bad if I don't do it. But check this out. I have some kale and some rainbow chard, and then I'm telling you that cilantro is flourishing. How come it never grows like this in the summer? I don't know. I wish it would because I literally eat cilantro like a food group. It's seriously one of my favorite herbs to use. I would put it in everything. So I'm gonna clean my cilantro, definitely give it a good wash. I've got chickens and dirt and all sorts of things. So always wash your herbs, you guys. I love using a salad spinner. It makes it so much easier to dry off. And then after the cilantro is all clean, I'm gonna prep all my other vegetables to go into my bowls. I love making rice bowls because you can seriously add any other topping. And being a banh mi, we're gonna do some fresh cucumbers. That's a must. And then I even cheated and had some pre-shredded carrots. At the farmer's market this week, I found watermelon radishes, so that's going in there. I love doing them thinly sliced, and then I crisp them up in ice cold water. That's definitely a good little hack. It gets the bitterness out of them. They curl up and they look so pretty when you start adding them onto your plate. Same with my scallions. I like to keep the greens and just slice through them on a bias as thinly as possible. And then I'm also going to add that to the ice water. It removes the bitterness of the onions and then also curls them up in that ice cold water. It's super cool. I love this trick. I'm also a citrus fanatic, and with a banh mi, you definitely have to have some fresh lime juice. And then I also did some hot pickled jalapenos. I know it's not fresh jalapenos, but it's what I had on hand and I didn't want to buy something that I'm not going to need. And then that's it. I played this over rice, you guys, serving it with that sauce. And this was so good. I also did some fresh basil and some fresh mint. Here goes those curled scallions because it looks so pretty. And this is seriously one of those simple, easy dishes. Like all we did that was the most work was the meatballs. Everything else was just fresh ingredients portioned together to make a beautiful, wholesome dish. I hope you enjoy this recipe and give it a try. It's got sweet, it's got spicy, it's got tangy, and this is a great crowd pleaser or even a wonderful dish for your family. All right, now it's time to try it. This is like my favorite part. Oh my God, those meatballs were so tender. The egg and breadcrumbs definitely made sure that they didn't dry out. And then anything with rice for me is a true winner. And what I actually did after doing this is I chopped up my basil, my mint, and my cilantro all together and sprinkled it over the top. It made it so much easier to eat it. And honestly, I feel like it needed all those herbs all together mixed in with everything else. Well, you guys, I did it. This is my first YouTube video and thank you for watching. Be sure to like, follow, and share for more recipes just like this one.